What's going on YouTube? Ichi here, and we're back with another drawing video with commentary. And it's basically me drawing my characters from my own series and just practicing different kind of poses and just anatomy. It's just practice basically. And yeah, it's good to see you guys again. And let's get right into it. I'm basically drawing one of my other characters that are they're not rivals, but they're other they're not main characters, but they're important side characters that become like kind of like main characters in a way. And this is just one of them. This is well, I don't want to give away everything, but she basically has like an African kind of theme to her. Like she has those like gold rings around her neck, you know, the kind of rings that like stretch your neck and make it look longer. She has that. And you know, she has gold bracelets and all this other jewelry. Like I said, she has like an African theme to her, but because I mentioned before, the story takes place in the Middle East. So yeah, when I was designing her, like I didn't want to give her like a bald hairstyle, because that's typically, you know, it's like an African culture thing, right? But like I wanted her to have hair, so I gave her like a, you know, like a big kind of like wavy fro. It's not like a poofy fro, it's more like wavy and like loose hair, like it flows and breathes, and it's not really like matted or packed, you know. Just drawing her outfit here, her top. Like she has this top that cuts off at the waist, but she has like, it has like really long like sleeves. Like the sleeves aren't like long to cover her like whole arm and hand, but they're long in the sense that they hang off of her forearm. And you'll see them on her left hand here, where her sword, yeah, like they hang off of her forearm. This actually looks pretty good. I was coming up with the gesture drawing for this, and like I drew it at first, and then I didn't like how it came out, so because the anatomy was off, and I can tell, so I erased it and did it again, did the gesture again, and it came out better. Oh yeah, actually I had to move her down because she was too high up on the page, so I had to erase it and do it over and like move her down, you know. Like if I was working digitally, I would have just, you know, copy pasted, you know, control V, whatever, move her down the page. But working traditionally, like you don't have that luxury of you know, working in a program. You got all this leeway. You can do whatever you want in a program working digitally. Like it's very forgiving. Yeah, turn it sideways. I wish I can get a better setup, so like better camera, so you can see like the actual drawing and like actual scale. But you know, my setup is like, it's not the best right now. But you know, one day I'll upgrade. I wanted to catch the view of me working on her outfit, so I had to turn the camera. Yeah, long wavy sleeve that drifts off the forearm. I like that. Her design, when I was coming up with that's like one of the most fun parts, is like coming up with a character design. Cause like you get a lot of freedom and like creativity going. Cause you're trying to figure out like what the character's gonna look like. And what are they gonna wear? You know, what accessories do they have? Like what kind of personality do they have? Cause like their personality is reflected in their design. You know, cause their individuality manifests itself like physically, right? So their personal traits will come out on their appearance. So it's fun coming up with that. This looks pretty good, yo. Like, I'm just like surprised at myself, like, because 10 years ago I was nowhere at this level. Nowhere. I couldn't even draw hands right. I mean, I still like have problems with them, but I'm a lot more capable than I was. Damn. And then she has like a gold bracelet on her ankle as well, and she has like 3 on her wrist. Because, you know, jewelry is like a big part of like Middle Eastern culture. And there's many different cultures in the Middle East, but like Indian culture, like they wear a lot of jewelry for a lot of different purposes, like ceremonial and, you know, traditional. That's their it's not a belt, but, you know, the waist tie. I'm not even gonna give away her name. I like to be a little secretive. Like, I'd rather the story speak for itself, but I don't want to give away too much just in case people want to like kind of take my ideas, you know, because having that happen is not fun. That's like one of the worst things, having people like plagiarize you and steal your shit. Like, it's not cool. That's why I don't really want to give away the story and give away the characters, and, you know, I'm not trying to give people ideas and take my my stuff, you know. I don't want that to happen. It's like the worst thing ever. Have someone steal your story and do it themselves. Like, it's some bullshit, some BS. Trying not to curse here, even though I failed already. But yeah, like, plagiarism is not cool, man. It's not. Like, don't be that person. Like, do not be that person. Like, please do not be that person. Some people do because they're not as creative, and they, you know, they're envious. But it's like, still, like, you can, like, you don't have to steal someone else's ideas to get some validation. Like, you know, like, whatever you come up with is what you come up with, you know. It's part of your creativity. You need to express that and not steal someone else's. Like, and some people do it because they don't have the talent for it, but, you know, talent is subjective, you know. And it's something you're insecure about, just you need to work on it. Like, people say they can't draw and then they just don't even try. It's like, you don't try. So yeah, you're not good because you don't try. Like, you know, like, you gotta work at it. Because like 10 years ago, I was ass. I couldn't even draw. I mean, I could, but like, it wasn't at this level, you know. Like, this took like a decade for me to develop this skill, and I'm still not where I need to be. There's still a lot of work I gotta do, a lot of practice I gotta do. But I don't know. But anyway, we moved on to my main character from my story. If you followed the Ink series that I've been uploading, you probably know her name because I think I said it in the video once or twice. But yeah, they're basically sisters, and they're playing right now. They're jumping twisters. Cause like, it's part of the story. Cause like, while they're doing this, another fight is going on. But yeah, This looks really good. Yeah, I actually slowed down the video again so you can see more. Like, it's not real time. I think I sped it up by like 2 times. Because it's nice to be able to follow along with it and not, you know, be rushed through the drawing. But, you know, you like, I'm not like a fast artist. Oh, well, it depends. Like, if I'm shading, I can shade quickly. But if I'm like filling in the drawing, like after the gesture, I like kind of like to take my time, you know, to get the details right, and that's understandable. But like the gesture, I try not to take too much time on it, like, because it's a gesture, you know, it's just for you to, you know, get the feel of the drawing and the space that the picture is gonna, you know, take up. And for you to get the composition right, you know, where you want the characters to be and what you want them to be doing. And like the gesture is just to get an idea of where everything is and where everything is going to be and what it's going to look like. Like, you don't fill in the details for a gesture drawing, you just get the shape and outline. So like, you're mostly using like squiggles and like just regular lines to just outline the shape, and you're using multiple shapes to do it to outline. This looks really good. But like I said, like, if you feel you don't have the talent, you just need to work at it. That's all you gotta do. Like, don't plagiarize. That's like the worst thing you can do to an artist, is take credit for their work. Like, that's the worst thing you can do. It's the worst, yo. Like, don't ever feel you have to plagiarize, and don't be that person who doesn't take into consideration the feelings of the artist. Do not be that person. Please do not. That's like one of the worst human beings like ever. You know, if it's something that you want to do, you just need to work at it. And depending on what you want, like, it's not gonna come easy, you know. It's gonna take some time. You gotta practice, you gotta work at it. You know, people tell you gotta practice, but it's true. You gotta put the work in. That's the only way you're gonna get results, you know. Like, if you want to be a good artist, you know, emulate other artists and just see what they do. You know, don't copy like line for line, but just kind of break down what they do and their style, and kind of, you know, take away from each different one. And so, you know, you want to, whatever it is you're striving to do, you know, that's how you accomplish it. You know, it's like, say if you want to draw like an artist, you know, you can emulate yourself after them. But, you know, for example, that artist that did the Yamcha story for Dragon Ball Z, like, he emulated Dragon Ball Akira Toriyama style. I think his name is Dragon Gao Lee. Like, he emulated Akira style, and he was able to draw like this Yamcha comic that got popular, because Yamcha, you know, he's an underrated character, and he's the punching bag of the series, especially Dragon Ball. But anyway, like, yeah, he developed his style after Akira Toriyama. But, you know, if it's something that you want, you have to work towards it. And that's, I'm gonna wrap up this video because I'm running out of time. It's been nice talking to you guys. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you in the next video. This has been Ichi, and I'll see you next time. Peace.